Hello, everyone. Today we have a very special guest for you. We have a partner who is visiting us from Turkey. Hakan, welcome to the podcast. Really.
Thanks, Dennis.
Can you please introduce yourself to our audience?
I'm Hakan. I'm founder and CEO of Mars International. We are based in Turkey, Istanbul. I'm 34 years old. And
I turned 34 last week.
Yeah, perfect.
1990?
In 1990,
the
yeah,
best
exactly.
year.
April 20. Aries, I'm Aries. So yeah, like I'm tourism and hotel management background in bachelor, and then I studied my master's in international economy, and then I did my online certificate program in London School of Economics on real estate economics and finance. So I'm in real estate industry since 3 years old. I'm telling because my family business is construction. So I'm coming from construction background family. So yes, this is me.
So what exactly do you do now?
What I do now, we are trying to expand Mars International dreams. So I found Mars International in 2018. On the purpose of helping real estate market to reach international market from Turkey. So what we did is first we create the company, and then we start to help real estate developers to market their projects internationally and in different countries to pull demand from international market. So we choose investor-friendly projects in Istanbul in prime locations, and then we got exclusive rights to market those projects in international markets. And then we start our operation, and since then we have successfully managed 35 projects, 35 prime projects in Istanbul. We had successfully done more than 2,000 sales.
Oh, congrats.
We brought almost $1 billion investment to Turkish real estate market from 56 different countries, nationalities.
So you act in this structure as an agency, as a marketing agency, or as a real estate company? What exactly do you guys do?
We can tell it as a master agency. Mm-hmm. So we are giving exclusive sales and marketing management services for developers. We are presenting developers to international marketing exclusively. So we are working with brokers and real estate agencies towards 40 different countries. Our system is pure B2B system. So we market our projects via real estate agencies and brokers.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah. And your team helps international agents to close deals in Turkey.
Exactly.
So basically, I, as an agent in Dubai, I get a client who is interested in Turkey.
Yes.
I contact your team because you were doing some marketing about it, and your guys help me to close the deal. This is your business model.
Exactly. We manage the operation 360 degrees for you.
Mm-hmm. Both for the developer and for the investor also.
Yeah.
Cool. So what's happening with the real estate market over there in Turkey?
Yeah, Turkish real estate market is very dynamic market. It's one of the booming markets since 10 years, I can tell. The need for new housing in Turkish real estate market is yearly wise approximately 1 million because of a huge need we have because of young population and the immigration movements, etc., towards cities and countries. And so Turkish real estate market is producing more than 500,000 units per year, which we have always shortage of supply since 5 years. And for Turkish people, investing in real estate is very holy thing. So that's why it's very important market for us, and it's emerging market for Turkish economy also. And so since 5 years, Turkish real estate market was booming seriously. The capital appreciation that we were seeing approximately yearly wise, in Turkish lira, it was 100%, but when you compare with USD, it was more than 25-30% yearly wise capital appreciation we saw. Mm-hmm. And it's very local oriented market. 96% of the transactions are local transactions.
Between residents?
Yeah, Turkish Turkish people they are buying. So 4% is in international market.
That is small, yeah.
Yeah, it's a very small percentage.
Even though so many investors from CIS,
It's 4%.
I know from Germany, a lot of buyers are there. It's still 4% out
Yeah,
of
it's
the entire
4%,
market.
in totally in 4%. And total transaction in Turkish real estate market is 1.5 million transaction per year, approximately. So approximately 4% is in international market. The rest is totally local market. This 1.5 million transaction is just residential. Plus, we have like 1.5 million from land and commercial. So it's like in total transactions, 3 million. It's a very huge market, I can tell you. And so 4% is in international market, as I told you. So the revenue that FDI that we are receiving from international real estate investors is around like $4 billion. But we saw in 2022, after war, of course, we saw $6.5 billion in 2022. But last year, we have closed the year as $3.6 billion.
Oh, why do you think it happened?
Why do I think it happened? 2023 was a very hard year for Turkey, and the year was started with a disaster like earthquake, which we psychologically and physically affected in 11 cities. And then, elections start. And during election, foreign sales, giving Turkish citizenship became a political material for some parties, and then it was a very hot topic during election for 4 to 6 months about let's forbid foreign sales, let's close Turkish citizenship program, etc. And this has been heard about from all the competitor countries, and they make this advantage for them. And then real international real estate investors, they start to be a bit afraid of investing in Turkey because of this kind of topics that moving around in Turkey.
It's for those who were planning to buy and stay in Turkey, yeah?
Yeah, political parties, some kind of parts, they start to make this topic to giving Turkish citizenship by investment. They said if we are gonna come, we are gonna cancel it. So that was
to have the support of the local people. Yeah,
exactly. And Turkey, and then earthquake happened, and earthquake was one of the reason. Yeah, and we had some economical and political uncertainties, to be honest. And those many reasons collect together, and then it affect Turkish real estate market demand from international market. Plus, Dubai was one of the reason that
hotspot.
Hotspot. Yeah, exactly.
So what an international buyer can find right now in Turkey, what Turkey can offer?
So Turkey has a great future, which it's seen, and we are analyzing every day. Turkey is if you think the world as a butterfly, Turkey is the body of the butterfly. So it's very important
within your location.
And you're a real estate agent also. In real estate science, we always see land is the appreciated asset. Because the apartment you buy, you are using, and is depreciated asset. So when you think land is appreciated asset, and location is the most important thing in real estate science. If you see the world as butterfly, and Turkey is the body of the butterfly, that means Turkey is the most valuable land in the world in real estate terminology when we see. So that's why Turkey has a huge opportunities for future, and Turkey is developing a lot. Our median age is 32 years old. And then Turkey is in export side and tourism side, in defense side is improving a lot and developing a lot. And Turkish banking system and technology improvements are going very well. So what international buyers can find now, they can invest in the developing areas and fastest developing areas in some part of Turkey, and they can get very good benefits on it. And so now, especially the mega projects that is declaring by government on real estate basis, and so international buying, we are following that kind of projects to be announced soon, and then we are offering international buyers to be part of those kind of projects in Turkey.
So it has. Okay, can you highlight some of the areas? Turkey is so huge. Are you more focused on Istanbul, or some areas that attract more tourists, like Antalya, Alanya, and all this. Like, where would you recommend an international buyer to source the properties right now?
Yeah, like in total, our population is 85 million. Istanbul is around 16, 17 million population. Istanbul is filling 40% of Turkish economy almost. So we are focusing in Istanbul and Bodrum. Do you know Bodrum?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
We are focusing on Istanbul, Ankara, and Bodrum, I can tell you. So Ankara is the capital. The population is around like 6 million. According to the area, like international investors should focus on the north side of Istanbul, because Istanbul is developing to the north side, and nearby cities of Istanbul. And Ankara is moving forward now. Plus the seaside, Bodrum and neighboring Bodrum cities are very improving now. So like if we see Turkey as a whole, like international investors, they are investing always in Istanbul, Ankara, Antalya, and Alanya. So I can tell you like the 90% of demand is filled by those cities, 3-4 cities. But they need to discover more cities in Turkey, I think.
Okay, so somebody who wants to buy, to invest in Turkey right now, you see it as a good opportunity because the market is not that active and you can find some good deals, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Do you work with the off-plan projects that are under construction mainly, because you said you're representing developers, and you work as well on the secondary market? Like, where would you guide the investor towards which direction?
So now Turkish real estate market, as the world has the same problem, Turkish real estate market is demand-wise is a bit cold. So demand is decreased, but supply is not increased. So demand is low, supply is low. We are having that kind of session in Turkey. For international investors, it's a very good time to find the good deals in Turkish real estate market. We are focusing on like diversified portfolio. We have like diversified projects, which some of our projects are off plan, some of our projects delivered, some of our project is soon to be delivered. And we have also secondary market options that we are providing. By the way, like we as Mars International, we give like exclusive project sales and marketing services for real estate developers. We do concept and project development for us and for real estate developers. We do have our own portfolio also. And plus we give like international brokerage services for real estate investors, institutions and individual investors who wants to invest in outside of Turkey. We are helping them to have like systematic and structured investment journey. And so about portfolio, we always we have like 10 rules to choose portfolio for our investors. These rules are including like the projects that we are going to work has to be below market price, has to give capital gain, good capital gain, high rental income potential, structured exit strategy, trusted developer. We need to believe that this project is going to be delivered on time. Financially, developer has good reputation financially and construction wise. And we have like this 10 filterization that we are choosing when we search about projects, and then we give a human centric score, investor score, and then we are working that kind of projects. That's why like since now we work in 35 projects, because those projects was perfectly matched for us as investor friendly. But if we didn't have that kind of system, we could work like more than 100 projects.
So which strategy for the investor you find the most useful for the current market in Turkey? By this I mean like, for example, in Dubai, if before we were thinking more about like the flipping side, like you buy and you sell it in a short period of time. Right now it's twisted more towards the longer period of time. While you get the keys, you pay fully for the apartment and you put it for rent to use it like as a proper investment in the real estate. What are some of the strategies that you recommend to apply in the Turkish market? In
Turkish real estate market now, international investors can find below market prices. So if you can catch like...
Is it a deal with the developer or it's a...
Developer and secondary market. You can find good deals now because demand is down, and then everyone is doing very good campaigns now. So it's a very opportunity zone now to buy real estate. So if you can catch like 20% down below market price opportunity in Turkey, the exit period is approximately 1 year. You should wait at least 1 year now. But before, if we talk like last year, I could say like 2 months. But now, whatever you buy, you should know that your exit will be like approximately between 8 months to 12 months. And your appreciation could be like 30-35%.
In lira or dollars?
In dollars. Yeah, because if you find below market price, and Turkish economy is getting more stabilized day by day, so we are expecting after 6 months, 8 months, Turkish economy will start to be giving positive feedbacks for the real estate investors, and then
what are some of the indications for this? For this to happen, that the market will grow? Yeah,
the indication is like, you know, the economy management of Turkey gave a very like short-term and middle-term and long-term program, and they are following this program 100%. So what we are seeing the effects in the streets. Now the program is moving around. So then, like what we expect as real estate market is like the last quarter of 2023, the interest rates will go down. Now interest rates is very high for mortgage buyers. Yeah. It's 45%. It's like, it's not joke. 45%.
45% is what? Is interest rate in lira?
In lira, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
So the mortgage buyer...
How much is it in the dollars if we will convert it? It's difficult to say, yeah?
You can say like 10-12% if you think about like dollar-wise. So it's very high. So that's why from total transaction, just 15% of the total transactions are now mortgage buyers, which is very low. Before it was 70%. So when interest rate will start to go in decrease trend, the mortgage buyers will start to buy real estate. That means demand will start again. If demand will start again, that means prices will move forward again, because it's very hopeful scenario that we are following now.
So for you, the ideal, like one of the ideal scenarios is to buy and sell it within a year.
Yes.
Yes. This is something that...
This is my always strategy. My personal strategy is buy and sell in 1 year. So, but if you're getting Turkish citizenship, you have to wait for 3 years.
To keep the unit?
To keep the unit. If you are planning to buy apartment for Turkish citizenship, and then you have to have a long-term investment strategy, which I will suggest to invest in potentially developing areas, potentially will develop areas, to invest in that kind of areas, because from now to 3 years later, those kind of areas will be very changing and will be very improving itself. So it depends on what kind of investment strategy that investor has. If he has like Turkish citizenship, he needs to wait 3 years. He cannot sell.
What he needs to do to be able to get citizenship?
First rule is like he needs to invest $400,000.
And who is usually the clients for this program?
Okay, first rule is $400,000 minimum investment amount for Turkish citizenship, and $400,000 investment has to be done to 400,000 valued apartment by government valuation companies. So the apartment is gonna be valued by appraisal company for sure.
Is there a big gap between the market price and valuation?
10 to 15%, I can tell.
Less.
Valuation numbers are always less. Like 20% we can tell it. So it's better to invest $500,000 in this case. And then after you invest, you collect your all kind of your needed documents, and you get your title deed, and then in title deed annotation is putting from your lawyer, from government, that you cannot sell this apartment for 3 years. You buy this apartment for Turkish citizenship by investment, and then your process is starting. Approximately it's gonna take like 1 year to get your passport, Turkish passport. And who is buying? Of course, the investor who needs B plan for strategic reasons like war reasons, economic and political uncertainty reasons. For example, the Russians are buying.
Is it still? Does it work? Does this program still work with them?
Yes. This is working. Russians and CSI countries, they are buying. Russians are buying because of war. Ukrainians are buying because of war. Iranians are buying because of the uncertainties that they have in their countries on political, socio-cultural things. Expats in US, expats in Europe, they are buying because of religious purposes. They miss their religion. They want to move to Turkey for retirement purposes. White Americans and white Europeans are buying because of taxation problems they have in their countries, and they want to live like more like European style. And then
tell us more about taxation in Turkey. How does it work there?
Taxation in Turkey is it's not like Dubai. We have a structured taxation, and so the corporate tax is 25%, and the VAT is 20%, and the gain tax means like profit tax is between 28 to 35%. So if you buy property, if you sell in first 5 years, your taxation on profit will be around like 28 to 35%. If you don't sell for 5 years, after 5 years, there is no taxation. So rent income tax is approximately from your profit is 15%. Withholding tax is 15%. So it's not like very taxation is like heaven, like Dubai, but
still attracts some Europeans.
Attracts some Europeans and American people.
And when you buy the property, what are your taxes during the purchase of the property?
You pay 4% title deed tax. Approximately like 1% is like notary fees, I can tell you. So in total, you have like 5 to 6% cost.
Got it. And what about the payment plans and stuff for the developers?
Payment plan in Turkey is a bit different than other countries. Minimum down payment is like around like 50%. So installment is maximum you can find is like 18 to 24 months maximum. 18 to 24 months maximum you can find.
Is there any discounts if somebody is paying full amount?
Yes, exactly. Because of Turkish lira fluctuation, the gap between Turkish lira and interest rate. If you pay like fully cash, you can get like 20%, 25% new discount from the list price.
Having such big issues with the currency lira, how do you guys protect yourself in the real estate world over there? I assume you always calculate the prices in dollars.
Yes.
The transactions are done in dollars.
Yes.
In order to not to deal with the lira.
So I'm gonna talk in the developer hat of me. So in construction, 75% of the construction materials in Turkey is dollar-based cost. So when dollar increase, construction costs are increased at the same rate. When construction rates are increased in same rates, prices are affected by same rates. So in Turkey, real estate prices are USD based. So that's why you don't get affected by the fluctuations between the currency and Turkish lira. So if dollar increase, the real estate prices are increase. It has the same thing. But now, since 9 months, our currency is very stabilized. So with the new economy model we have, it's called orthodox or rational economy model that we are implementing now. Currency is very stabilized. So we don't see in the future any problem on fluctuation that we had last 2 years. Last 2 years were a nightmare, by the way. Like it was every day, it was like zigzag. It was increasing and decreasing, but now we don't have that kind of problem. We can object.
With such high interest rates, I assume you guys have a very high return from rent over there. Is it the case? Or really?
Rent income in Turkey, ROI percentage is around 5 to 10%, I can tell you.
Even now with such high interest rates?
Yes, because rent prices are very high now. So it's not easy to rent apartment because there's a shortage. So that's why rent income you will get, it will be like 5 to 10% according to your investment strategy. But Turkey is not an ROI place, I can tell you. Turkey is capital appreciation place. In Turkey, since 10 years, I'm always telling to investors, like if you are buying real estate for ROI purposes, return in investment, like income, rent income purposes, Turkey is not that place. Turkey is a place where you can make your money like double in a period of time that you're gonna follow.
So what are some of the ideal criteria for the perfect unit for somebody to buy and to resell it later on? I can share my thoughts about Dubai, but what would you recommend for the investor?
In Istanbul, 1 bedroom or 2 bedroom apartments, I can tell you, is the ideal unit that you can resell easily. But 1 bedroom has to be like around 40 square meter net, and 2 bedroom has to be around like 65 square meter net. If you buy this kind of units in Istanbul, it's very hopeful to resell easily. But if you go for example, Ankara or our summer places, I would tell like 3 bedroom apartments are the favorite unit plan that you can resell more easily.
And what would be the price for the good 1 bed in Istanbul?
1 bed in Istanbul in centralized area is approximately between $300,000 and $500,000. And 2 bedroom apartment is gonna be in centralized area in Istanbul will be like between $550,000 to $700,000.
And it might be on the payment plan? Or?
It might be in the payment plan. Minimum payment plan is 50% and like 18%, 18 months installment maximum.
How many of your clients are just buying the properties and keeping them vacant before they sell it? Is it the case over there, or they buy and they rent it?
So like 85% of our clients, they are renting their apartments. We're renting their apartments. But since last year, this number decreased to 45% because Turkey had 25% rent increase cap, like limit, because of the inflation and thing.
Cap in lira?
Cap in lira.
Oh, Jesus.
That's why no one is renting their apartment. But yesterday, this law has been cancelled. So now, So inflation is 55%, but you can increase rent 25%. So it doesn't make sense.
Doesn't make any sense.
That's why we had very big problems last 2 years. But now they canceled this law. So now it's gonna be open. So that's why I think this ratio will increase to 85-90% again. But usually investors, they are renting their apartments. I can tell 80%.
Got it. Let's talk about investors in Turkey and the local market. Considering the situation over there, that the market slowed down, I assume that the agents are still being active and they most probably are offering some international markets. Which areas the locals are considering as a good investment opportunities when they're looking outside of the Turkey? Okay.
So because we had this 25% rent increase cap, and because inflation is more than 50%, and because we had the emotion of securing our capital in dollar base and trying to earn dollar based income, Turkish people start to invest in outside of Turkey since 2 years, I can tell you. So this number is increased like 115% when we compare to last year. And this number increased 23 times when we compare to 2008.
23 times?
23 times. So Turkish people in total, they're investing in outside is $2.6 billion. And this is the official declared amount. Turkish people are buying from United States, UK, Europe, and Dubai. And the most popular cities now is Miami, Dubai, and London, and Lisbon. And Turkish people are buying in that areas. The main motivation is rent income, of course, which in Miami rent income is between 6 to 15%, which in Dubai is also rent income is like between 6 to 15%. In Europe is the same. So
in Europe is low. Well, it depends.
But it depends. It depends. It depends. Main motivation is rent income. The next motivation is residency or citizenship that this country is offering. The third motivation is the lifestyle. So some Turkish people, they are coming to Dubai living like 4 months in a year, or they're going to Miami to live in 4 months in a year. So we have office in Miami also. So we
as
are
a Mars.
as Mars. We have in Miami office. We have in office in Berlin. We are helping Turkish investors to invest in Miami market or Dubai market and Berlin market. So we are seeing a huge demand. But when everything will be fine in Turkey on economy wise and in real estate economy wise, I think this number will drop.
Oh, but this when? Do you see it like in the period of a year, 2 years, 3 years?
2 years. 2 years, I can tell you. 2 years, this trend will continue. But after 2 years, it's going to decrease, I think.
What is your opinion about Dubai market?
Yeah, like the Dubai market, I'm following since 2012. It's unbelievable. The vision the government is creating is unbelievable. I'm telling like whoever needs B plan in their brain, even for like anything for emotionally or financial wise, Dubai is giving every kind of people in the world like a huge motivation on what they need as a B plan. And Dubai is for me is like now is a like huge global village that fits all the needs of international investors. It's very international investor market. It's unbelievably transparent and systematic. It's unbelievably the technology wise like highly developed, and it's very welcoming. And so since 2012, I'm very surprised that Dubai came to that level, because when I first came, 70% of Dubai was desert. So now it's like the vision that I see, the branded projects that I see, maybe more than like 180 nationalities people they're living here. I'm seeing like bunch of different nationalities here. Europeans, American, you guys like come to Dubai since like years. And so 2 years ago, I checked FDI in Dubai, it was like $25 billion. Last year, I checked like $65 billion. And then 2023 was like more than $100 billion. It's unbelievable.
Yeah.
But I have this note. If the world goes bad, Dubai goes very well. But if the world
goes well,
Dubai will be stabilized or go down. But I don't wait anymore in Dubai like the crashes that we saw before. I don't wait. I wait stabilization in 2027. I think it will be more stabilized market, because the capital appreciation and rent incomes are like seriously good in Dubai. So Dubai has a big future. I think it's not gonna stop, because it's one of the most important brand and one of the most important 10 brands in the world now. And so it's unbelievable what's happening in Middle East, in Saudi Arabia, in United Arab Emirates is very inspiring, seriously.
Well, in our audience, we have agents, mainly agents, yeah. And you look to me as a perfect partner to whom I can send whom I can approach as an agent and close a deal in the Turkish market in case if my client wants to diversify. Can you tell us more about how the deal is structured? Does my client needs to come over there? How the paperwork is done? And like what is the overall the structure of the deal, and how much is the commission in Turkey?
Okay. We are talking about Turkish real estate market, right?
Yeah.
Turkish. Okay. So we serve real estate agents in various services we are serving. The first thing is, if they don't come, if they send their client, we give operational services for them.
But does my client have to come? Like in Dubai, you can buy while you're not here.
The client doesn't need to come.
Okay.
With power of attorney, we can do everything from A to Z. But now government is planning to bring some laws that maybe he should be coming for like strategic signatures for citizenship or some kind of property buying. He needs to be like biometrically. He needs to be in Turkey maybe. But it's now you can do everything by your home. You give power of attorney and everything we can do. And what we serve, and if the client is not gonna come here, we have some kind of prop techs we call digital sales offices. We give the project experience online with 3D, and then we start to manage whole operations online on behalf of client. We give like the prices, valuation reports, and then when he choose the apartment, and then we give the proposal, and then he accept, he send deposit, we give agreement stages, and then we take power of attorney. And with this power of attorney, we manage title deed process, citizenship process, and everything. During pandemic, we send like passports to the like countries.
Whatever.
Like, we had this.
And what's the exit? Sorry, when it comes to the sale of the unit, how easy it is to open a bank account in Turkey and send the money back home?
Turkey is one of the like easiest place to open bank account. Before selling, before buying the apartments, you make your passport translation, you get your potential ID. With this potential ID and tax passport translation, you can open your bank account in Turkey. That easy.
Okay, and the bank will not ask me from where the money comes from. Everything is okay, yeah.
No, if you send from Dubai, if you send from some kind of countries, bank will not ask. No.
Okay.
Yeah, we are capitally very like free country on that level. So then you open your bank account, you bring your money. Either you send your money to your account or you send the money to developer account. It doesn't matter. So, and then you choose your property, you make your legal processes, everything, and then you pay to developer, and then you get your title deed. With the title deed, you start for citizenship processes. So till delivery, we give these services. So the commission rates, you tell, in Turkey, commission rates are 10%.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah, it differs, but in legal commission rates for local market is 4%. And but for international market, it differs from 5 to 10%. In off-plan projects, it can be like 10%, but in on-plan projects, it can decrease to 6 to 7%. In secondary market, is 4%. It has like, it doesn't have a regulation in international market, which we as Mars are pushing government a lot to bring some kind of licensing and regulation standards for international real estate market, because like it doesn't have a regulation.
Well, and in the end, we are presenting here the platform really, where we are very interested to have strong partners in all over the world and in Turkey. And I see a lot of things that we can do with Mars together. Can you give your feedback about our platform? Like, did you have a chance to use it, to operate it? What is your opinion about all this?
So I have discovered really like a month ago. In Turkey, we start to research some kind of platform that connects agencies with developers and so give like datas, give like updated information about the projects, or updated information about the agencies, because like agencies life, like one broker is moving around a lot, companies to companies, and every week some kind of new projects are coming inside, etc. We need like updated information. And then we discovered Relay, and then I downloaded. My first experience was very good because I could register very easily. It took like 2 minutes to register, and then I started to discover whatever I taught in last 4 years, like if there was this system, it would be very good. If there was this system, I saw everything in Relay. So you guys did a very good job, I think. So we are ready to support Relay because it's a very good vision. And so to combine international markets as a platform, so Relay can be a very key solution for that, as a platform, because like to reach Dubai agents, or for Dubai agents to reach Turkish agents, for Turkish agents to reach like another country's agents, it's very struggling processes, and to reach the real data is very struggling. So really, I think for that is a very, very innovative and very solution-oriented platform, which UX and UI is very nice also. And but of course, it will improve itself. It's day by day, but I like a lot. Yes.
Yes, thank you for your feedback. And this is really our vision, that agents from Dubai and agents from any other places can make a lot of business, close a lot of deals. Developers will be able to sell more, clients will be able to benefit from opportunities all over the world. And we are very excited to to spread our markets, and including Turkey, and we're happy to have you as well as our potential partner over there. Thank you so much for passing by. It was
Thanks
a pleasure
for having
seeing
me.
you.
Pleasure to be here.
And we will look forward to work together.
Yeah, always. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.